The story of Najashi, the king who supported Muslim immigrants. Najashi was the king of Abyssinia, a Christian kingdom in Africa. He was a just ruler, loved and respected by his people. In the early days of Islam, when the Muslim community was facing persecution in Mecca, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ wrote a letter to Najashi, the king of Abyssinia, and sent his cousin Jafar ibn Abi Talib with a small group of Muslims to seek refuge in Abyssinia, hoping to find safety and freedom to practice their religion. Jafar led a delegation of over 80 immigrants to Habasha to meet the Christian king Najashi to defend Islam. Abu Jahl and Abu Sufyan, who opposed Islam, asked Najashi to expel the Muslims. "O king, there is a group of evil persons from among our youth who have escaped to your kingdom," said Abu Sufyan. Najashi invited the Muslims at the court and asked their leader Jafar, "What is this religion which you have introduced for yourself, and which has served to cut you off from the religion of your people?" Jafar stood and replied with full confidence, "O king, Allah sent us a prophet, peace be upon him, one of our own people, whose lineage, truthfulness, trustworthiness, and integrity were well known to us. He called us to worship Allah alone, and to renounce the stones and the idols which we and our ancestors used to worship besides Allah. He ordered us to worship Allah alone and not to associate anything with Him, to uphold Salah, to give Zakat, and fast in the month of Ramadan. We believed in Him and what He brought to us from Allah, and we follow Him. Whereupon, O King, our people attacked us, they oppressed us, made life intolerable for us, and obstructed us from observing our religion. So we left for your country." Najashi was impressed and was eager to hear more. He asked Jafar, "Do you have with you something of what your prophet brought from God?" Jafar, in his rich, melodious voice, recited for him a portion of Surah Maryam from verses 19 to 32. Najashi stood up for Allah's words. He turned to the Meccan delegates and said angrily, "I won't hand them to you, and I'll defend them." He then turned to Jafar and his group and said, "You're welcome. Your prophet is welcome." Muslim immigrants returned with Jafar to Medina when the Prophet, peace be upon him, conquered Khyber. They then thanked King Najashi for his good protection and hospitality provided to them. King Najashi was the first king to accept Islam, and a few years later he passed away as a Muslim.